you, Abby.
You don't need him for the competition. I told you to do it for today.
You're not doing a solo. Neither of my kids are doing a group dance.
That's fine.
Okay?
That's fine.
Good luck paying your bills without my tuition.
Abby's archenemy Kathy is back, and this time she is ready to do everything she can do to win, even if it means cheating. And the dance moms are not going to let her get away with it. But that is if they can stop fighting themselves first. And here is how Abby started the episode.
I want to start off talking a little bit about Dance Troupe in Greensboro, North Carolina. That was not the group in Lake Tahoe that just won a national championship. Obviously, cute still works in the Carolinas. Then on the bus coming home, we told you to sit down 32 times. I counted. That's 31 too many.
Every single one of them were playing on the bus.
This time, the Abby Lee team is heading to Columbus, Ohio, where they will meet Kathy and her Candy Apples squad. And Abby is determined to crush her so badly that she never looks at the Abby Lee Dance Company again. But is that gonna happen? Let's see. But before that, the moms have time to start getting passive-aggressive.
I just don't understand why she couldn't have thrown her a little bone.
Jill was up there bitching because Kendall was at the bottom. I just don't get it. I've been at Abby's studio for 30 years and my kids are always at the bottom. She's already starting off on a bad foot.
I don't think it's fair for her to put the new kid who did a solo and did well at the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah, Holly, that is how pyramids generally work. Someone has to be bumped down for another person to rise. There is no equality here at the Abby Lee Dance Company, and the kids are basically playing a zero-sum game. For one kid to win, others have to lose. And that is just how Abby likes it.
You sit back, you pay your dues, and then you get to the top. Like, I don't think you can come in here expecting to be like, boom, I'm at the top because I say so.
I think she deserves it.
We all work.
I can't worry about your kids. I gotta worry about mine.
Don't worry about my daughter.
I
I'm just
can't.
telling you, she's not gonna give you everything because she doesn't give me everything, and I've been here a whole hell of a lot longer than you.
At this point, you kind of think Jill is asking for it. Is there anything in Abby's behavior that even tells her that walking up to the great Abby Lee Miller to share her thoughts would be remotely okay? Well, she tried it, and here is what happened.
We played by your rules.
Right.
I'm a little disappointed that Kendall's at the bottom of the pyramid. Abby, I need to know what you need from me to get her up. She's
I don't need anything from you. Ladies, I don't hear anybody counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and look at her feet, they're not even together. Look at her feet, they're still not together.
Kendall, squeeze your feet, honey.
That is awful. These women are basically old high school girls with kids. That is why the show is called Dance Moms, because this show is really about them, not their kids. But let us go over to Ohio to see how Kathy and her band of almost cheaters are getting on.
Now is the time for us to show our technique. Keep our toes pointed, straight knees, keep everything nice and tight. We're gonna get busy. I haven't seen any of the Dance Moms since we came back from LA, and LA was really humiliating for me. As you know, we've just added the Abby Lee Dance Company as part of our repertoire of enemies, and particularly Brooke. Brooke is a title winner, just like you.
The moms are still bent on showing Jill how bad her kids are, so Christy gets together with Kelly, and they hatch a plan to show Jill that her kid is just not that great of a dancer.
I brought something to show you. I have a book from a competition from a few years ago.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Because I keep my books. Chloe, Maddie, and Kendall all danced in the same age group against one another solos. And Jill never remembered our girls beating her daughter. I remember. Chloe was actually 3, Maddie was 1, Kendall was 10.
Christy and Kelly are ready to unveil whatever secret Kelly is hiding, and you just kind of know that they won't let up till they find out. Kelly should probably worry more about herself and her kids and her temper, because once she got back in the studio, she got into another fight with Abby.
Kelly, if she's 13,
Next time you
let
can come
her
up and get
carry it herself.
She didn't know I brought a hat.
Whatever,
So
you're just
how's she gonna
wasting
bring
more
her own
time.
hat?
You want me to run the
Well, you're
solos?
yelling at me for bringing them the stuff that they need. Do you want us to be
Right now.
hands-on moms? Because you just told Nia her mom didn't love her.
That was so bad that Abby started asking Kelly if she was drinking, and her behavior kind of suggests that she might have a couple of drinks too many. Of course, that question leads Kelly to tears, because why not?
I should stick up for myself, but no matter what I do, she still keeps torturing me and torturing my kids. I kind of feel like I'm between a rock and a hard place. I want my kids to stay there at the studio because they love it there, but I'm not doing my job as a mom by letting her treat them that way. I just can't take it anymore.
I just don't know why I let my kids do this.
Anyway, it is competition day, and Kathy appears with some kids that might just be way too old for the competition class. They are in. But Kathy says that is absolutely nonsense. However, this exchange shows that there may be more to this than meets the eye.
These girls totally look a lot older than our kids. They look 14, 15.
They were well trained. Their technique was beautiful. They were doing 5 and 6 turns together as a group. I am really concerned.
I like that myself.
Your kids look big.
Yeah.
They looked really old. Some of them were almost my height.
So who did Abby Lee Miller blame for this mess? Kathy? Herself? The parents? No. She went ahead and immediately started blaming one of the kids. Predictable Abby.
Well, that went down the tubes, didn't it?
What?
Well, when Kendall goes early and doesn't hold and doesn't listen to the music, Kendall, do you play an instrument? You need to.
You have to step up the face. You're standing next to this one. She was over the top with the face.
Girls, this was an easy baby dance.
Abby, don't you think those girls were much older than ours?
And then some other competitors start questioning the age of Abby's dancers, and then Kathy found a way to throw a doubt on Brooke's age too. But despite all of the controversy, the Abby Lee Dance Company won first place.
Number 4, Bailey Espanola. Top 3 small group, number 43, Apathy.
I guess that Abby was right about the rat and the snood because we did win first place. I guess the judges liked that. It went with the theme of the dance.
I think it's time for some pork chops and applesauce.
The moms are clearly extremely jealous of Maddie and her winning streak, and in this episode, they take out all their anger on Melissa. But this time, Melissa does not just let it roll off her back. This time, she gives a reaction, and the moms are shocked. Here is how that insane episode started.
Chloe, you are one of the most advanced dancers sitting in this group, but I want more from you. You need a challenge. You need to work up to the next level. Chloe is one of my top dancers, and I have something big coming up. So I put her at the bottom of the pyramid because I need to light a fire under her butt. Remember, there is no I in team, but there is an M and an E.
Never change, Abby. This week, a scout will be in the audience scouting kids to go for an audition at Joffrey. The Joffreys is the biggest ballet program in the country, and such an opportunity could change the life of these girls. And that creates sparks like we have never seen before.
This week we have 2 separate trios aside from the group dance, and it's kind of weird because you have 2 families that are divided. I don't know why she couldn't have done this trio this week and that trio
I
next
agree.
week.
They're going to be disappointed because one of them is going to lose.
Right.
I think we just have to tell them.
Look at Nia.
Push.
Uh-oh. She just twisted her ankle.
Oh my God.
Nia's injury is so bad that she had to go to the hospital, and the doctor told her that she had to tape her toes for a few weeks. He also said that she could not do all her elaborate tricks, which means she won't be able to impress the Joffrey's scout. Through all that, some nasty fight is brewing at the studio, and it was started by none other than, you guessed it, Kelly.
And you let her do it.
No, I don't.
She's 9. Some of you are almost twice her age. Go to town.
She sits there and she watches the dance, so she knows what people's strengths and weaknesses are, and she uses that as an advantage for your daughter.
Yes.
Why don't you ever stand up to Abby, Melissa? You always say that you're her friend.
Of course, Melissa is sick of the dance moms always attacking her because she does not think too badly of Maddie. And this time, she is ready to tell the moms to stick their opinions somewhere the sun doesn't shine.
I'm so sick of Christy and Kelly always getting on me because my daughter has a gift. I'm sick of hearing the same thing over and over and over again.
I know, but that's the
And we're sick of it happening over and over and over.
I'll still tell Abby.
Then she'll have her featured in the group dance, and she'll make sure that she wins all the solos because she'll have the most attention, the best choreography, and the most private lessons.
And then Melissa decides to leave the moms and just go hang out with Abby. The moms think this is a huge betrayal, and Melissa is a traitor. But does Melissa care? Nope, not in the least. And then Melissa does this.
I don't want to dance here anymore, Maddie. I'm sick of it. They're always attacking you and me. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's always about Maddie. Maddie.
Hey, Melissa, we weren't done talking to you. Would you mind coming back like an adult instead of hiding by Abby?
I'm not hiding.
You are hiding.
Bite my I've had enough. I don't even want to be in the same building as these women.
I don't like it either, Melissa, but guess what? what? This is what it is.
I'll make arrangements for Maddie to get home.
Abby hates being undermined, but Kelly does not give a hoot what Abby thinks. So she undermined her anyway, and that led to one of the most chaotic and insane fights we have ever seen from the Dance Moms. Here is how this episode, full of insane bangers, began.
Girls, you walked into this room just as sluggish and boring as you walked out on that stage. Zero energy. When my girls step on stage, they're slugs. They walk on stage, they do the routine, and as the 2.5 minutes go on, you can see their stamina decline.
Maddie at the bottom of the pyramid? Wow, that must be a first. Maybe this will shut all the moms down and they won't complain about Abby choosing Maddie over and over again. But Kelly has some sort of conspiracy theory for even this situation, and you start to get why Abby does not really like her anyway.
My kids are always on the bottom of the pyramid because of things I did.
I know.
And, you're not getting along with Abby the best right now?
No, everything's fine. It's never going to be what it was because she doesn't need me anymore. She has someone else to take care of all of her business. I'm not working at the front desk anymore, actually, for Abby because we did find someone to replace me.
Oh, wow. So now that Abby and Melissa are not the best of buds anymore, Kelly thinks this is the right time for Melissa to confront her more. The other moms continue to tell Melissa to stand up for herself, and it just seems like they are just trying to get her into more trouble. But instead of Melissa getting into a huge fight with Abby, it was Kelly who got into the fight over a chair instead.
As soon as the chair came into the room and I touched it and I saw that my hands were black with marker, I knew right then and there her mother, Kelly, left the chair in the studio. Done.
You, Abby.
You don't need him for the competition. I told you to do it for today. Now, look at that language. Doesn't that embarrass you?
Kelly cannot believe that Abby is taking out her anger on Paige, and this sparks a holy anger and heart. The ensuing scene probably should not have made the final cut of the show, but it did, and here is how it went down.
You know what, Abby? We're done. You're not doing a solo. Neither of my kids are doing a group dance.
That's fine.
Okay?
That's fine.
Good luck paying your bills without my tuition. And I don't get them. I've been here all day making costumes for you while you were down the road eating. Stop eating. That's why you're fat. Goodbye.
Abby does not care if Kelly leaves with her kids. She knows that the kids are replaceable, as she always says, and she will just get new dancers. Thankfully, Kelly eventually came back because her kids wanted to come back. But that does not end the troubles. Nope, not by a long shot. This time, Melissa runs back to Abby because she claims the other dance moms are bullying her.
Say bad things about you. It hurts my heart, and it hurts Maddie's heart, too.
And I just walked right out of the room. I was like, I'm embarrassed, so I need to leave.
These mothers, the way they talk to you, I think it's awful how these kids disrespect you, too. Chloe rolls her eyes in class all the time.
I know.
What I'm upset about is that Chloe leaves class early all the time.
Really, Melissa? You know the other moms are going to watch this show, right? And they won't like you snitching to Abby like you are some cop? Anyway, it is time for the competition, and Abby wants the girls to be energetic, sassy, and strong. But Kelly has other plans that will shock Abby to her very bones. And here is how that went.
Why is Maddie dancing?
Yep. Watch.
Nothing against you, Matt. I'm just saying they need to give my kids more time to.
Oh, I agree.
Has nothing to do with you. I am just getting more and more pissed off.
No, Paige. I just saw her 15 minutes ago warming up in her costume. Where is she?
Judges, please skip ahead to entry number 42A.
It is the Nationals, and it brings out the worst in the dance moms. They simply cannot stop fighting over everything, and this could jeopardize their whole season. And then Melissa's ex-boyfriend came to the studio to raise hell. But will this stop the dance moms from going at it like teenage girls? Probably not. And here is how it all begins.
This is Nationals. It's all come down to this week. This is our last competition of the season. There's no more next weeks. There's no more do-overs. There's no more second chances. This is it. We have to win right here, right now. Here we are in another studio, another week. We need to learn a new group routine. This is tough.
We will see how that goes, Abby. The girls have a routine that has them using props, and the moms start out actually feeling sort of relaxed. But they don't feel that way for long because Abby calls them, sits them down, and starts telling them all the ways their kids are horrible dancers.
What their children have done and where we need to go. Let's start with Nia. Work on your feet.
How many times have we gone over this? It is talking to that brick wall.
She has to try harder.
Abby's word choices are poor at best. I think when she refers to me as a brick wall, that's incredibly demoralizing and is not productive.
That's right. Abby does not have to do anything. And also, she is correct. She looks a bit orange, doesn't she? But Abby does not stop there. Of course she never stops there. This time, she has really strong words for Brooke.
I am disappointed in the group routines with the ability to comprehend. You saw it yesterday. If I was their mother, I would have crawled into a hole. She's 13 years old.
12 hours a day at dance and 8 hours a day at school. I mean, my God, they're kids.
And there's
I'm
another
not going to
kid
have my
somewhere else
kid have a
working
nervous
14 hours.
breakdown because you want them to be the best.
Wow, those are really strong words. But Abby is not about to let any of that stop her. She still has a national competition to win, and she is going to definitely make the kids work for it no matter what. And then she learns that Chloe might want to quit dancing. So what does she say?
She told me that she wants to quit dance. She doesn't want to dance anymore.
Well, I have a whole group of kids, and we're going to do something now.
I realized, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware of what's going on with her.
Well, that's fine. When we come back tonight, if she wants to quit, I have a whole list of people that want to take her spot. We're at a competition, and you're going to come to me and tell me this about your kid. What do you want me to do, throw her in a plane and send her home and bring in a replacement?
Classic Abby. But what did Christy really think? That Abby would take that news really well. And then Abby confronted Chloe about her decision to not want to dance, and here is how that went.
You told her you didn't want to dance anymore.
I just feel like it's a lot of rehearsal, and because we're going from early in the morning to late at night, and we're learning new dances, and I just feel like it's a lot.
Well, she thinks that you don't want to ever dance again.
I just told my mom I wanted to take a little break for a while.
Well, that's okay. Everybody needs a break once in a while.
Later that day, one of the dads shows up for the very first and last time on the show. Did he come to cheer his kids on? Did he come to speak to them about something? Did he even come to see how they have been getting on? No, not really. This is Maddie and Mackenzie's dad, and he has only shown up today to pick a fight with his ex-wife Melissa because she is going on vacation with her boyfriend.
So, Miss, why didn't you tell me? Seriously.
I did, Kurt. I don't want to talk about it. I told you. Yes, I did. You don't listen
I'm
to
not
me.
trying to fight.
No,
If you would have
I
told
did
me,
tell you.
if you would have said that to me, I would have known.
Kurt, I did tell you. Yes, I did. You don't listen to me when I talk. I told you.
Kurt is not a very good listener. I told him that I was leaving. My whole marriage with him.
And then Abby sends Brooke and Paige to rehearse with a guest choreographer while she rehearses with Maddie. Since all the dance moms are basically teenage girls fighting for the attention of Abby for their kids, this sends Brooke's mom into a fight. And she starts another fight with Abby, because why not?
Mine are going to learn theirs in 15 minutes from a choreographer who doesn't even know what leg they kick on.
Do you want me to say something to her? I mean, I don't...
But the world
you're gonna
needs
be
to see why Maddie wins.
Some children are difficult to work with, and some children are a joy to work with.
My kids are in here with someone who they just met two weeks ago.
I kind of feel sad for the choreographer at this point. Brooke's mom thinks that her kids would get 10th place because of the choice of choreographer, while Abby says she just likes teaching Maddie because Maddie is better to teach. That may be true, but Brooke's mom is just not having it.
Oh, Maddie's the priority, so both of the main teachers work here. But Maddie, you can go and win, honey. Obviously, nothing was going to change. Abby was still going to finish with Maddie, and I was still going to have the guest choreographer who was asking me.
This is insane. How are you holding grudges with an 8-year-old? It makes absolutely no sense. And then she decides to leave and take her kids with her because why not?
My kids, I don't care if they ever dance again. And Maddie can win again this week. And the world can think she's fabulous. Because my kids are going to enjoy themselves at the pool.
She leaves with her kids in an uproar, screaming and yelling, leaving the studio.
How will Abby fix this problem? She's short 2 dancers. How will that affect her routine? Well, let's see. The kids are a bit nervous, but they are ready to go on stage and give their best. But Brooke and Paige did not have such a great showing, and it showed.
Paige and Brooke weren't ready. If Brooke and Paige wouldn't have left rehearsal yesterday, they would have nailed that number. But instead, mediocre.